Hello and welcome to another update video about VeChain. VeChain, I'm also short-term bearish, as you know, as I am currently for the crypto market. After we dropped below the 53k level for Bitcoin, I switched over from the very bullish scenario over to the bearish scenario, which doesn't mean necessarily we're entering a bear market. I personally believe we are going to see a extended bull market, but that bull market will very, very shortly, in the next few weeks and months, in my view, see another major drop that will affect Bitcoin and most other cryptos, including VeChain. So I think VeChain is going to come down even lower. And the reason for that is that yesterday, or was it even today? No, I think it was actually today. If we zoom in here, this is on the daily. No, sorry, this was yesterday. And the day before, we dropped below this key support line that I have here on the chart, the 8-cent line. Why is that such a key support? Well, it is a key support because with this move, we've made a lower low. So a major one, this whole wave here. Yeah, we've now made a lower low, not a good sign. And also we seem to be retesting this former support now for resistance. And I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, back here in end of September, we had this low formed and we just broke below it. Yes, we did that before here on the 4th of December in that sort of flash crash, but in line with many other altcoins, we're losing ground here, yeah? And we have now also a daily candle closing below that level. That indicates to me that, I did say it in the last video already, and I think in the one before, that I would estimate that assume that we will come down lower to the next fib level. Logically, that is the next logical step. That would be the 0.786 fib level at 6 cents. We already dropped all the way from 18 cents down to where we are now at 8 cents. So we're pretty much just at this trend line again. So, it could be that we are going to reclaim it, but overall, what you can see that we had a few candles closing below that level. So it is already that confirmed lower low. It will be very hard for the price to get into an uptrend from here without forming a significant low. I mean, there is a key support here now at 7 cents. That is that previous low from the flash crash, yeah, the 4th of December. But I would expect, as forecasted, that we're going to move here at least to the 6 cent level. That is, as I said, the 0.786 fib level. Whoops. And as we've already seen with other altcoins, including Cardano, I could also imagine that we're going to move to the 0.887 fib level. Yes, probably hard to believe now, but it is certainly possible. Cardano has shown it as well. The 0.887 fib level, that is at 3.3 cents. That is quite a bit of a drop, but I would say that somewhere in this yellow area here we are going to land. That's also where I set 2 of my buy orders on Discord. For every channel member, you can find them there, and for everybody who wants to get into the channel membership, you can find a link next to the subscribe button. Now we are also in the downtrend because we dropped below the EMA ribbon here. That's the daily EMA ribbon. All these exponential moving averages based on Fibonacci numbers. So here we've got the 13, the 21, the 55, 89, and 144. We dropped below all of them. And these now provide resistance as well. You can see that especially the shorter term one here, the 13-day EMA coming down here. You can also draw a trend line here. Just confirms basically where we are in a downtrend. So we would need to break this one now to the upside to see at least a bit of upward move. But we are heading really, really sharply down into this area here. And as you can see here, that was back in June. We found support at the 6 cent line. So it might, maybe we don't get below 6 cents, but it is certainly a level, the next level that I would expect to get to, especially when I consider that Bitcoin is going to drop even lower, even lower than 30K. That's my perspective. Also all based on the Elliott wave count. I think no other method is going to be able to sort of predict the market that accurately. Yes, of course, nothing is working 100%. It all works with probabilities, but looking also at the other indicators, I think this is all going to work out like that. Looking here on the daily, sorry, this is the weekly MACD. You can also see that we're only just crossing here the 0 line with the MACD to the downside. There is no sign of slowing down. I think arguably we're not going to drop much more, But I mean, we're already at 8 cents, so a drop to 6 cents is not actually too much, not in the crypto world. And you can see that we've only, like a few weeks ago, we came into the red zone here and we had a bearish crossover here, and the downtrend is not slowing down at the moment. I think there is much more scope to the downside here. We still have scope. And also on the weekly RSI, we can drop further. On the daily though, we are now oversold. The last times that happened, we had a good run to the upside, so that is sort of contradicting that a little bit, but we can certainly see that on the weekly there is still room to the downside, and that is for me the more relevant one, taking together that we are here still haven't seen a slowing down of the downtrend, and we're below the EMA ribbon, and we have just crossed a key support line to the downside. For me, that indicates all that we are probably going to go a little bit lower here, but it's already, for VeChain, don't get me wrong, for VeChain it's already an amazing price. And if this is the right wave count, where I would expect here this to be a larger wave 2, what you can then do, you draw the fibs, yeah, and you can get an idea of the target level of wave 1. So we have the fibs already drawn here. Whoops. If we then go higher here, fibs are already here. So normally in a wave, so if this is the wave 1, this is the wave 2 to the downside, wave count very similar to many of the other cryptos that I cover here on this channel now. There are a few exceptions, but this one also basically matches now the Bitcoin wave count overall. So from here we would then turn around, move to the upside in a larger wave 3. Now that larger wave 3, I would expect us to move here at least to the 1.618 extension. That's normally happens. The wave 3 is normally the longest one. At least it's never the shortest one. It can also sort of be the middle length one, but it is normally the longest one, and therefore the 1.618 is normally always achieved, and then also 200% is regularly achieved. That's the 55 cent level, but maybe also 72 cents would be a possibility. Is 2.618, and that's also the last one that I have here on the fibs. So overall, I think it's great where we are now, and there might be a bit more patience required to get into this target area here. Maybe as low as, you know, the low is certainly here at 3.3 cents. I know it sounds crazy, but I think this is certainly realistic. I currently don't see prices lower than that. I think that would be quite hard already, quite a bit of a hard drop. But if you think about, we're now at 8 cents. If Bitcoin drops 50%, pretty much as I expect, then you see VeChain, yeah, at around 4 cents, maybe 3 cents, because the altcoins in such a drop would normally lose a little bit more, you know. So that's where I see VeChain at the moment. I think generally looking at the indicators here, there might now be, because we are shorter term oversold, there might be a bit of an upside, you know. Never expected it just to go down in a straight line, but that low that we maxed out here, you know, it is already a lower low, and now also on the daily with a closed candle, that has some significance, and that is pushing the price into this direction. Even if we now maybe move up, maybe move here to the 10-cent level again, you know, retest that and then come down, these would just be short-term noises. This is a perfect area in my view, no financial advice, to get into VeChain here. But yeah, I think next year is really when it's going to start. I think that's why I think there will be an extended cycle, because now we're just in the process actually of finishing this large correction of ABC, where the C has always to be lower than the A. So the wave A, whoops, just need to go that. The wave A that was back here in May. So B to the upside and C, whereas Bitcoin had an overshooting wave B that went above the previous high. VeChain didn't have that. VeChain just had a normal, wave B, and now we're just in this wave C. So that's what I see here on the VeChain chart. Hope you like the update. A great outlook in my view, even though it's short-term bearish. But after that, I would expect a strong turnaround there. Already on the daily, we are oversold. On the weekly, there is a bit more scope here to the downside. But yeah, we are going to get there, and then we're going to get the turnaround, and this will then really go to the moon. So yeah, hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.